Hey, usual intro, blah blah. So, motorcycle orientated videos. I am going to review this rather fine piece of art for you ladies and gentlemen who like nice helmets. So, this is the X-Lite Ultra Carbon Racetrack X-803. Let's shorten that to X-Lite X-803. These come in a variety of colour schemes. This one is all carbon, like genuine carbon fibre, I should say. Except for the rear spoiler, which I put sticky carbon tape on because it was transparent and I didn't like it like that, and I think it looks better like that. Some may agree, some may not, but yeah, aesthetically, this, speaking subjectively, this is the most beautiful helmet I have ever seen. And it comes with the dark visor. You get a clear visor and you get a dark visor, and there's more, you get a pin lock as well, and you get a different fairing system for the back. If you don't want that big piece of fairing, you can have a little one. I mean, talk about value for money. So this is over 400 quid, one of these helmets. If you compare that price to others of the same quality and then think, how have they done that for only just over 200 quid? Because the other ones come from places like America and Japan, and you're paying a buttload of import duty. Obviously the people that import them have to pay that duty, and then they pass it on to you, the customer. This is Italian made, and this was before Brexit, so you didn't get any of the duty bullshit. You paid VAT, I guess, but over 400 quid, under 450, and equivalent Japanese, you're looking at 600 quid, 500 quid if you can get it cheaper, luckily, discounted, discontinued and discounted. America, same deal. Right, anyway, on to the review part, now that I've waxed lyrical about its looks. Again, I'm not going to go into the features because that's covered elsewhere, so I'm going to give my pros and cons basically. I've been using this, I've used it a fair bit, I've worn it a lot on my doodlebug, and I'm going to give you the pros first. The weight, the difference between this, and it's only a difference of about 400 grams from my last helmet, but you wouldn't think that 400 grams could make a difference, but fuck me gently, the difference. Putting this on my head straight after the other one, because I was doing a comparison, immediately feel how light this is. I mean, it's like you've got no helmet on at all. Even though it does weigh just over a kilogram, it feels like you don't have it on your head. The weight is just, it's not a mass that is noticeable, and that's off the bike and that's on the bike and that's at high speed. That's the next thing, the aerodynamics. The weight, it's featherweight essentially, effectively. The aerodynamics actually fucking work. I mean, who would have thought? It wasn't just marketing blurb. If you get your head in just the right position, you can feel the difference from going full head up to tuck it in. You feel the difference immediately. It goes from being having to hold your head forward to just slicing through the air. It works. It's fucking phenomenal, the aerodynamics. And obviously you're looking through the top part of the visor at that point, so your eyes are kind of like that, and it's just awesome. The slipstreaming, awesome. Aesthetically, subjectively, for me, the most beautiful helmet I've ever had, seen, owned, used. I do like that deep mouth part. I also like the fact, more extras. You get this as an option, comes in the box, a full nose guard instead of a slimmed down one. So for that professional MotoGP look. So that comes with it. It's comfortable. It's exceptionally comfortable. Absolutely no problems with the comfort. It came with double D rings, and I don't like double D rings, mainly because it's a sort of a thing that if you do happen to get your head stuck under something while your body's still doing over 100 miles an hour, with double D rings your head's coming off, you're fucked. I put one of these quick release ones on it. I did some minor surgery. So these are the ones that are just ratchet based, and they unclip just by pulling down on the tab. Not as secure as a double D ring, and that's pretty much the object of the exercise. I don't want the double D ring security. I mean, if the helmet's going to come off with that, then you're probably going fast enough that you're fucked anyway. So, you know, I put it on there mainly because it's convenient for getting off with gloves. Ever tried taking, well, of course you've tried fucking taking helmets off and putting helmets on that have got a double D ring retention system with your gloves on. Ugh! So nothing can drive you madder in terms of putting gear on and off. So that's that. Any other pros? Lightweight, super streamlined, aerodynamic. Let's get the terminology right. Super light, super aerodynamic, aesthetically fucking gorgeous. A whole bunch of extras in the box for free. Dark visor, nose guard, extra nose guard, pin lock, and the fairings. The spoilers on the back. 2 choices of spoiler system on the back. And now for the cons. This has quick release cheek pads. So when you're laying there all smushed up and the ambulance crew come along and go, oh, we got to get his helmet off, he can't breathe, he's drowning in his own blood, or whatever the situation may be, and they need to get the cheek pads out, maybe prior to taking the helmet off, and they're worried about your neck being injured. You pull on these red tabs and it does the things inside that attach the cheek pads to the poppers inside the helmet. It swivels the connectors around in some weird way, and then you just slide the cheek pads out. Unfortunately, those poppers, getting this back in and getting those poppers to stick, and you have to jiggle the little hooks, they don't like to stay in place. So I'm constantly, after taking the helmet off or putting it on a couple of times on or off, invariably those little hooks will become dislodged again and the cheek pads are no longer secure. They're flapping about. It's not a biggie, it doesn't mean you can't wear the helmet like that, it's just irritating. So I'm always going back in and having to fiddle with the fucking hooks to get those cheek pads to stay in. So that's a bit of a design flaw in my opinion. I mean, if you take the stickers off that tell the paramedics that they can pull on those red things, then they probably wouldn't even know the fucking things are there. And would it make any difference to getting the helmet off if you take the cheek pads out first? I don't know. I think it's a little bit gimmicky. I know the MotoGP circuits like to have that kind of shizzle, but for me it's a questionable thing whether it's of any actual use or not on the road. But as it's compromised the security, the fitting of the cheek pads, I'm not keen on them. I just prefer those poppers that just pop on, pop off. I think would be a simple solution just to get some Velcro, double-sided Velcro sticky tabs in there to secure them so they stop flapping about. Any other cons? Right, it's got ear spaces, so this is another pro. See, I'm mixing it up a bit there. Nice ear spaces. Unfortunately, the con to the pro is that they seem to be a little bit offset to your ears. I don't think I've got weirdly shaped or weirdly spaced ears, so putting your earbuds in, it's a little bit aggravating getting them tucked in nicely. Once they're done, and the helmet actually does hold them in very nicely. Compared to my last helmet, this actually does a better job of holding the earbuds in. It's just getting that fit just right. I put a snood over so the helmet will slide over nicely and not disturb the earbuds, and then 9 times out of 10 that does the job. And then sometimes I have to stick my finger up just to get them right in the hollow spaces that don't seem to be quite right for the human ear position on the skull. It's a bit odd. I don't know what went wrong there. Maybe it's another thing they fucked up slightly. So that's the pros and the cons. I don't think there's anything else to say about this helmet. I've covered it all. It's got vents up the yin-yang, and they actually fucking work. That's another surprising thing. The air vents actually work. I could feel it on the top of my skull when I was hurtling along at a stupid velocity. Anything else I can think of that might be useful information for you guys? Super comfortable. very, very snug. I actually got a helmet that's the right size for my head for a change. Turned out that all the helmets I've been having previously were all too big, they were too loose. I had to actually read some articles or listen to some articles on the internet to learn that your helmet needs to be snug, otherwise it's not particularly safe. But yeah, if you can still get one of these, I highly recommend getting it. I mean, I've never had a helmet even close to this in quality. I mean, for the price as well. Seriously. I had an Arai in Japan that cost me the equivalent of about 500 quid. And it was a nice helmet, and the shape of it at the time was the shape, but still got it in fact. It doesn't come anywhere close to this in quality. That's an Arai, and they still cost stupid money. So yeah, I recommend this helmet. I'm not affiliated with these guys, I'm not getting paid anything. This is my honest user impression, having worn this quite extensively. Genuine carbon fibre, just drop dead gorgeous looks. The features and the extras that come with it, it's to me it's a no-brainer. So if you want a quality helmet, have a go with one of these. Thank you for watching, hope to see you in the next one. Which will probably be about my new, I'm going to get the pronunciation wrong now, Garnet. I just read it on the back of one of the boots that I've got. The next video will be about my Garnet boots that are coming tomorrow, size 48. So hopefully see you then. Bye.